what? Who, not what? Scott Brett.
The sweat was pouring off of me. I was gasping for breath. My thighs were on fire. It turns out no matter how fast or how far you run, you can't outrun the pain of losing a job. I've tried, it doesn't work. At that moment, I stood there, exhausted. I had to ask myself yet again, what do I want to do when I grow up? Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, by show of hands, how many of you have ever struggled with, what do you want to do when you grow up? I see I am not alone. Throughout my life, I've had many incarnations of what that meant. I wanted to be a doctor when I was a kid. Found that I hated biology. Went to college to be an accountant. Not the most detail-oriented person. Became a store manager, an HR manager, an ops manager, a regional HR manager. And yet I was always unfulfilled. See, it turns out, something I learned over the last couple of years, I wish I would have known when I was a child. That question of what you want to do is the wrong question to ask. You shouldn't be asking, what do you want to do when you grow up? You should be asking, who do you want to be when you grow up? It's not about what. Think about that for a second. What? It's all extrinsic. It's something given to you. It's a title. Salesperson, doctor, lawyer, manager, judge, husband, wife. All of those things can be taken away. What if your goal throughout your life was to be a spouse, and all of a sudden your partner dies? Are you any less of a person then? What if you just wanted to be a parent, and your child moves away to college? Or you can't have kids of your own. Are you any less of a person then? In your own mind, you failed to meet some sort of random goal. You've been so busy chasing after what you decided you wanted to be, you forgot to ask yourself, does it fit with who I am? And that was my problem. I had been chasing for so many years to climb the corporate ladder to success, keep going higher and higher. I never asked myself, is that ladder on a firm foundation? Did I even lean it against the right wall? What's at the top? Do I want to be there? When I started asking myself, who do I want to be? Who am I? It liberated myself to not seek a certain job, a certain title, to realize who I am. And all of us are different people. Maybe you're the person that can connect with audiences and woo people to your point of view. Maybe you're the person that's the ultimate scheduler and gets things done in the least amount of time. Maybe you're the person that builds incredible in-depth relationships with others. Maybe you're the person that when you walk into a room, you light up the audience. Or maybe you're the person that has such deep thoughts that you can make connections between what is and what isn't and put them together. But who you are will then allow you to determine what you do. When you align the who with the what, all of a sudden you're not climbing a ladder to some secret goal. All of a sudden you're going down a path. And instead of it just being some random path of least resistance, there's a design to where you're trying to go. Imagine if you were going on a trip, and you said, I'm going to drive from Orlando to Portland, Oregon. But I'm not going to take a map with me. I'm just going to go. You're not going to really get there. But when you figure out who you are, that then allows you to form the lens of your life to look through so that you can then see where you want to go. it becomes your map. You know when you become off route. You know when you've made a wrong turn. You get immediate feedback on what you're doing. Who you are is intrinsic. It's not going to change when somebody all of a sudden says, you're fired. When someone passes away, when someone moves away. Who you are allows you to become the best person you can be. It allows for you to take that next step down the path of where you're trying to go. Set yourselves free from that stupid question, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? That we've all asked ourselves. Start asking yourself that question, who do I want to be? Take the time, reflect. It's not going to be an easy journey for you, I guarantee that. But if you take the time and reflect on who you are, the what you're going to do becomes so painfully clear. It becomes obvious. It becomes a eureka moment. It's an epiphany. Because it aligns with who you are and what you are. So different. I urge you as you go forward, Toastmasters, take the journey, take the time. The one thing we can never get back in our life is time. It's the one resource that when it's gone forever. So today when you leave this meeting, commit yourself. Spend some time and figure out who you are, which will then determine what you do. Contest Masters. Thank you.